Take the lump sum or take the annuity? Good email I got from a guy the other day. Charles Schwab had an article on this, and I looked at it, and it's interesting. I kind of vacillate on this a little bit. I was working with a lady the other day. She's single, and she's going to stop working when she's 70, and she's worried about running out of money. And I ran an illustration for her from Charles Schwab, as a matter of fact. They have a bunch of annuity providers there for immediate annuities. We're talking immediate annuities, which is the same thing as a pension. I said, okay, what happens if she put $100,000 in this? And Schwab has a bunch of different life insurance companies, which is nice. Her distribution yield was roughly 6.2%. So that means she'd get $6,200 a year in income. So that's the distribution yield. How much income you're getting divided by how much you put in. That's not rates of return, mind you. That's just distribution yield. 70 years old, 6.2% is okay. That's not bad. It's okay. It's not spectacular. I've talked to some folks who are getting 7.5%, which is fantastic. But here's the problem: if she put $100,000 in and got $6,000 a year as income, it would take her 16 and a half years, basically by the time she's 87 years old, before she actually made any interest off this annuity. Does that make sense? Because she put in $100,000 in, she's getting $6,000 a year income. So by the time she's 87 is when she'll finally start getting money of interest from that annuity. But the problem, of course, is that she probably a good chance she won't be here. So what you could do instead is you could say, I'm just going to put $100,000 in a checking account, essentially, and would just withdraw that. And if I'm getting 2% interest a year, I'll probably have another 2 years of that $6,000. I mean, 100,000, 2% interest a year, that's $2,000 in interest. So I have another, probably 2 years of interest I've accumulated on that initial $100,000 deposit. So we'll just say that lasts 18 years. So in this case, she'll be 88 years old, because again, she'll be 70 when she does the annuity. So if she does the annuity, she has to live until she's 87 for it to make her any money, because she's just getting her return of principal at that point. If she puts it in a checking account, we're not even talking about investing, and just takes $6,000 a year, not adjusted for inflation, that would pay her, again, about 18 years. So literally just putting that money in a checking account will pay off relative to putting in the income annuity. And the checking account won't go down, all right? She's making interest, and what's the likelihood of her surviving until she's 87 anyway for the annuity to pay off? It's just not high. So I'm going to go back against my initial recommendation. I've always said if you could get about 7%, you're in a pretty good place. 7% distribution yield is pretty good. If you're getting 6.5% as a married couple, that's pretty good. But I tell you, I don't even know if I'm going with that anymore, just because if you can get a checking account, and I say 2% checking account, I mean, talking CDs and stuff, I mean, that's what I'm talking. You're not getting 2% in a checking account. I mean, I guess you could. But you know what I'm saying. I'm saying you're only getting 2% of rate of return. The annuity rates are so low that if you can get, if you only get 6%, it's going to take you a long time for you to make any money. And again, the likelihood of you being around is not high. Anyway, so I don't know, man. I don't know you should do those annuities if you have the option between a lump sum. Now, some people say do a lump sum and invest in the market. No. I don't. That's not the good comparison. The good comparison isn't doing an annuity, and then annuity has 6%, $6,000 a year, and investing in the market. That's two completely different things. One's a significant risk of literally losing all your money, and one's a risk of not running out of money, but at least dying before you made any money. We don't want to do those comparisons. We want to do comparisons between taking the annuity as a lump sum and putting it into a safe account, like a government bond fund or something like that, and pulling $6,000 a year out, or just taking the annuity and allowing it to pay you $6,000 a year for the rest of your life. Now, if you live to your 98 years old, the annuity is going to look pretty good, because you'll be getting those $6,000 a year. Again, she'll be 70 when she does it for 28 years. And she has longevity, this lady does, in her family. I think she said her granddad lived till he was 100 or something like that. But man, ugh. And so if she doesn't do the annuity and she lives till she's 98, and she has $100,000 that's paying her $6,000 a year, and she's only getting 2%, that money will be exhausted by the time she's 88, 89, and that's the risk. If she lives long, the annuity's going to pay off. If she doesn't live that long, the annuity's not going to pay off, and that's what it comes down to. And I don't think there's any answer. I think you just got to look at what's the likelihood of you living a long time. If you're not living beyond 90 and you're 70 years old, I don't think you should be doing the annuity, unless they're paying like a significant 8.5% distribution yield or something like that. That's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to justify that. Anyway, hope this helps. We'll see you.